Okay, you know what? We're gonna record this unscripted and see how it goes. I'm gonna think of who could I lab? It's quite simple. Let me think. I kind of want to do this with I'm not already going to go through an entire character because that's going to take far too long. But I'm going to lab a situation, I suppose. That's probably something that is worth doing. You know what? We're going to do Master Raven's down back 2 situation. Where is my outfit? It's gone, motherfuckers. You know, I'll just do this one. And actually, you know what? We're going to do it as this is a regular character. Who is the normal character is Shaheen. So yeah, we'll just choose Shaheen and then we'll choose Master Raven. Yeah, we'll just choose it. If you want to lab situations, you don't want to lab but you don't want to lab them in the way where you just think, okay, let me sidestep, you know, this way after this, etc. So a big problem that a lot of people have when labbing situations is, for example, if I record Master Raven to do, say, this move, right? You'll see a lot of Master Raven players also do, say, this into this. So some people will record, well, actually, wow, I'm trash at this anyway. Yeah, some people will record themselves doing like duck into dick jab as an option select, right? And it punishes the string, but of course Master Raven has ways to kill you for this. So like into Power Crush, right? God, frame data is dying. It's absolutely dying. But yeah, great, you died. And sure, dick jab is nice in the way that it beats, you know, down back 2 into low and stuff. Well, I guess duck into dick jab more accurately. It completely dies to Power Crush, and the damage that Master Raven gets from Power Crush is pretty big. The big thing that a lot of people kind of have an issue with, I guess, is that they will lab out options, but they won't lab what the opponent can do to kill you for attempting to kill them. So like, in Master Raven's case, it's pretty simple. Power Crush is what Master Raven will do, and you just lab how to be Power Crush, right? You can do a whole bunch of stuff. Well, you go left, I'm crap. Yeah, you go left. But the kind of big issue of trying to go left after down back 2 is that the low will actually clip you. Come on, Master Raven. Do the low. There we go. So it's like, do you want to jab and get beaten by the low, or do you want to go left and avoid the Power Crush? It's more about like assessing risk reward and how much damage you get from your highest coverage, like option coverage move, right? So like, we've already covered down back 2-1. Down back 2-1 is, it's kind of annoying, right? It's safe on block if you do just block after the, so a lot of people will just choose to actually just block the Power Crush and punish it, right? But that kind of opens you up to, obviously, these two options of now you're blocking this and she's safe and all kinds of stuff. But as annoying as down back 2-1 can be, and you'll get hit for trying to move, it's like, it's more about thinking about like, okay, how much damage do I get versus how much damage does she get? And it's like finding out what the best thing to do is in these situations. So for example, going left seems like a reasonable option, but like, if you don't know what an opponent can do, you want to go through basically all the options and see what they beat, and actually look into, you know, the character, the Master Raven stuff. Look into the character and, you know, can I actually die for this? Like, one this into this, it hurts, right? It's a reasonable amount of damage, but it's not that much. Like 40, I think. Yeah, it's like, I can't really. If I whip it, maybe. Yeah, I'll whip it. Give me a second. So, wait, I'm an idiot. I should just do that. Yeah. So like, it's 43 damage. Great. Versus the amount that you'd get from, I guess sidestepping it is like, you know, I don't know. I'm trying to remember the Shaheen combos. Someone help me. I have no idea what I'm doing. But I mean, realistically with most characters, you're going to get about, I don't know, like 50, 60 damage from an off-axis combo. So it's worth doing, but it's like, okay, so how much damage can Master Raven actually deal to me for trying to sidestep there, right? So you'd want to go through all her moves from back turned and see, you know, what kills you for actually going left. So as you can see, slide does not work, she dies. So what can kill you for walking left? I guess I know, since I kind of play this character anyway. But you'd want to go through her whole move list and see, you know, what tracks that way. Awesome. And, you know, if backdashing is an option, backdashing is an option. In this case, you don't really want to backdash because, of course, as you can see, backdash would die to the sweep and you get comboed. It's just kind of all kinds of messy. Off the top of my head, I guess I just do 4-3 plus 4 from Master Raven, right? After down back 2. So I think that should track you for going left. Nope. See, you know, I haven't played Master Raven in a little bit, so no, not that. Yeah, it's that. There we go. So it's back turn 4-4-3. I was going through all her moves, but I think you should be safe from these options anyway. That will definitely hit, we already checked that out. But I believe going left will avoid that too, so... See? Yeah, back down 4-4-3 is the main issue. But what can you do against that? Dick jab is nice. But it's a slow move, you can launch her. There's loads of stuff you can do. Like, it's very, very slow, as you can see. So, like, a combo off of back 4 is going to deal hella damage, you know. So, in this situation, it's like, you always go left because, oh wow, I'm sidewalking left. This is hilarious. Lol. I'm trying to think. Not that. No. Interesting. I don't think sweep works. But we're gonna find out. You know what? This is pretty good actually. There we go. Yeah, going sidewalking left. Should avoid sweep too. Yeah. Awesome. See, we're kind of lapping Master Raven right now. This is great. Yeah, that is the main scary thing is that she can do shit like that. And this is kind of like the level of depth, right? Like, if you're sidewalking left, she can actually just straight up turn around and hit you. And again, it's slow. But because in this situation, the move is kind of slow enough to where she's not going to get counter hit for it. Yeah, it's kind of a weird one. So, how would we kill this? I guess we just hop kick it, right? Excellent hop kick. So, if we go through the other options, I think I'm just going to re-record these real quick. That, and, you know, no, not that. That, and then, oh, not that. That is actually good, but no. That, there we go. So if we go and turn all the options on, and we hop kick after down back 2, let's see what it beats. Yep, that's the while standing 2. And it looks like it beats pretty much everything. Which is awesome, except if you get power crushed, you know, you get armored, you take some damage, you take 17 damage, but you're airborne, so it's, you know, it's a good option. So now we pretty much worked out that our best options are, just for the sake of like reference, this while standing 2 could just as easily be a while standing 1. And that would be you getting launched. So, you know. But yeah, so we pretty much labbed in this really short period of time that, you know, either side, okay, this is me doing, that was sidewalk left hop kick. That doing either hop kick or sidewalk left is a good option. So if I replace this really quickly with, wow, I did that way too fast. I did that again way too fast. There we go. So you'll see, now if I turn this back, that you're getting launched for sidewalking left. And if you just sidestep left block, you'll block it, and it's, you know, it's minus 14. But, you know, there's kind of the issue of, I believe sweep will hit you if you only, like if you try and sidestep left block, so yeah, you get hit by sweep. I think there's a few other things that you can get hit by. Let's see. You know what? Yeah, you're gonna get hit by that, which is actually the classic that I like to do, and I'm messing it up because I'm trash. Great. I'm really trash. This is great. You're just gonna get full crush sweeps. Yep. So it's like she has a lot of depth, and looking into all the options and, you know, seeing how much damage you take and all of that fun stuff is like, you know, what you want to look into. I don't think back turn 3+4 will hit you, even though it's incredibly risky, but hey, the Master Raven player could do it. I don't believe. Yeah, you sidestep that very easily, which is dope. But you don't sidestep it if you go right, I believe. Yep, if you go right, you're going to get clocked, and that's going to hurt. If you sidewalk right, you're fine. But if you step, you're going to get hit, and yeah, that sucks. So you always want to sidewalk left or hop kick, pretty much. There are various things you can do to kill you for hop kicking. You know, she can just do down back 2 into jab. Wait, I pressed it too fast. I think this is going to be fun. You know, you get floated, and I mean, is the float combo going to do as much as your jab combo, as your hop kick combo? That's kind of what you have to think about. It depends on the character you're playing, right? Because if you're playing someone like Josie or Leo, or, you know, something along those lines, you don't really want to, you know, wow, the frame rate is dying. You don't really want to kind of play into this because, of course, if Master Raven floats you and carries you to the wall, even her float combo and wall combo is going to do more damage than, you know, anything you're doing from hop kick. And again, that's an option too. A Master Raven player can just do down back and then down back. Although it looks like in Shaheen's case, his hop kick is nice enough to reach, but I don't think everybody is going to be that lucky. Yeah, not everybody's going to be that lucky to have a hop kick that will work every time. Kind of chose an interesting character for this. But yeah, it needs to be something that launches crouch, because as you can see, otherwise, you know. Lol. But yeah, that's the other reason why you don't want to do highs, because you get launched. So like, a lot of people will actually just jab, they will see down back 2, and they will jab the power crush and try and block in time, which is obviously an option. I showed it earlier on. But as you can see, this is what you can do to kill you, so it's a risk. Doing one jab by itself is a reasonable option that, you know, some people try and do. I've played quite a few games of Master Raven, so I've seen quite a lot of different responses to the, different responses to the back turn situation. It's kind of, you know, you've got to feel stuff out yourself, see how it goes. Yeah. That's all I can really tell you, to be honest. Yeah. You really just want to go through every move that the person has in the situation and, you know, look at the damage and all of that fun stuff. So actually, I think Master Raven might actually even be able to sidestep the hop kick. Maybe? No? Am I doing it too fast? Yeah. Let's see how that goes. Nah, not that way. Unless I'm doing it badly. Wow, I'm crouching there. I'm trash. But I mean, I guess you'll go through stuff like this when you're labbing as well. Where, you know, you've got to make sure that you're doing things properly. Okay. Yeah. It's one of the reasons you don't want to do really like slow moves is that yes, you can sidestep. And actually in plus frame situations, that's the big risk. You know, if she hits you with down back 2 and you know you decide you want to mash or do something along those lines, it can get you fucked up pretty badly. Shaheen's hop kick being amazing, it seems to be working out quite nicely. But you know, if I was to play, say, you know, change to who's a bad range hop kick? Fang. Yeah, let's go with Fang. Go with Fang on symbol select and have a look at what Fang does. Great, Fang's hop kick. So let's record the same down back 2, down back into while standing 1. Great. Yeah, Fang's hop kick gets launched. So it really, you really need to know what you're doing with your character in particular. I think Fang can just meme it. Nope, he can't even meme with that. I guess you shoulder, right? Yeah, lol. But obviously she shoulders the risk and all kinds of weird stuff. She can also just choose to block. Or I think she can teleport. Like there's so much weird stuff that she can do. Like let's see, does that beat anything? Nah, it's not fast enough. So, wow. Yeah, I think. Yeah, see, getting counter hit by this guarantees that. Wait, no. It'll be this. Yeah, sorry, my bad. So I need to do down back 2, 2, and then a 1, 4. Ooh, nope. See, shoulder works. Yeah, shoulder works for that, which is great. So like the main thing is once you find a counter for a situation, you want to lab and find out whatever counters what you do. Because like if you think about it from a kind of a logical perspective, right? If you're playing against somebody who mains a character, they will have at some point bumped into somebody who knows what they're doing against their character, right? And they will have been forced to like adapt and find out how to play against this person. So if you're trying to apply like just some, I don't know, an hour or 2 hours or even 3 hours worth of lab work of how to beat a character against somebody, like if they main the character, they have definitely seen the counter, you know, a couple times, and they are definitely prepared, you know, for the counter to the counter. So like as we showed before, I do down back 2 into a power crush, and you decide you want a hop kick, I can just you know, I can just kill you. So yeah, I guess shoulder will get power crushed in this case, which is a problem. But then you've got the damage trade to think about. So that's like, you would take 43 damage, but you would deal 30, which is decent. It's not too bad. It's a decent trade, but at the same time, it's like, do you really want to make this trade? Because as much as Master Raven has, you know, the guaranteed follow-up off of this move, the move also can put you in some situations that you don't want to be in, like this. I just, sorry. So, if I get hit by it intentionally, and then tech roll, wow, I didn't even tech roll, trash. Yeah, actually, if I back roll, sorry, I think if I stand up, yeah, that's the trend. So a lot of people will, okay, I blocked that, I guess, because I know, or I think, did I do it slowly? I might have done it too slowly. Some Master Raven tech. Yeah, I'm trash. Wow, yeah, maybe I can't do it on Thing. It looks like Feng just turns around and blocks it, which is quite interesting. But at the same time, even though I guess maybe Feng can block it, you just don't you don't want to deal with this. It's just not worth. Like, you get up and you get launched. It's just really, you know. So even though shoulder is an option against this bullshit, and it's a reasonable damage trade, you're gonna end up in a situation that you really don't want to be in. And sure, you have the option of, like, you know, hey, let me just not get up, right? So excellent, stand up. Oh wow, he's not jumping over. That's a pain. Okay, is it doing the thing? Okay, there we go. Man, on hit it doesn't. On hit the on hit. Yeah, on hit, the recording is weird, but I think you get the point. So it's more about, like, working out what can put you into dangerous situations and what can get you really killed. Because if you were to play against the Master Raven playing in a tournament, and you were to block that down back 2 and hit shoulder and trade, and you get up and you get hit by that back turn sweep, and you lose, you could instantly lose the round off of that. Off of what, you know, you'd labbed to be a decent trade for you. So it's like kind of having that understanding that although you may feel like you understand the situation, to make sure that, you know, you definitely understand as much as you think you understand. And like, this is kind of one of the reasons why people say that the best way to pick up, like, to learn a character is to actually pick them up yourself. Because, you know, if I didn't play Master Raven, there's a very low chance that I would know about stuff like that tech trap that I just showed you. And, you know, I might also lab Master Raven and feel like, hey, this is a great option, guys. But as you're seeing, as much as shoulder seems great, it's really not. Especially because Master Raven got the buff to teleport. Yeah, this teleport. And wow, I'm garbage at inputting throw inputs. Yeah, there we go. So especially because Master Raven got the buff to that shit, and like you would get fucked. You would get fucked so hard. She's gonna come out at your back, and now you're minus. Okay, I'm Feng, right? So we're gonna just play a game of back turn nonsense, and you're gonna see a whole bunch of weird shit. You know, she's gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, and it's gonna be all kinds of weird. But you know, we're both back turn. The Master Raven player is more than happy. You know, after I've whiffed shoulder. Okay, I can't tell you the frame situation of this right now, but I'm not gonna open Tekken, but I'm not gonna do it. But like, if the Master Raven player is plus, and I'm back turn, you know, she's just gonna teleport and just instantly do this. And if I mash, I'm dead. And because I'm back turned, I'm also dead. So like, I've got to attempt a throw or something weird to turn around, and then I'm attempting a throw and I'm getting swept, and it's like, you would get hit by that in tournament and be like, oh, but you know, I labbed the matchup, and it's kind of one of the reasons why people have a lot of issues labbing matchups in Tekken, because there's just so much stuff that you have to entertain and keep in mind. And it's one of the reasons why a lot of people will lab matchups, or feel like they've labbed a matchup, you know, to a really good level, and then still get smacked by the tournament, the character in tournament. You know, weird shit like this that you're just not gonna be prepared for. And again, I know the counter to that situation, you just don't fucking stand up. But then she gets a whole bunch of damage that she really has no business getting. So it's more about not just finding a counter for a like I said, it's about not just finding a counter for a situation, but also finding the counter to the counter and working out your best case risk reward. And you know, that's that's all good defense is about, right? Working out risk reward and making good decisions. That's kind of one of the reasons that Ars and Nash is so good, right? one of the things that he, I guess he abused against Ni and some of the other Koreans when he first came up on the scene was that, my backdash. Anyway, one of the things that he abused when he first came up on the scene was that he would do a whole bunch of sidestep duck and sidestep low parry and all kinds of stuff with Kazumi, right, and Magic 4. And once he had them conditioned into doing certain options, for example, you'll see in the, I think was it Evo Japan? I think it was Evo Japan. Yeah. So Evo Japan, that, you know, he won. I think he won? Yeah, he won. He was actually mixing up sidestep low parry, Magic 4, you know, down forward 1, and once he had the opponent kind of conditioned into trying to do something big to stop him fuzzy ducking, so for example, if, I think he played Burke and some of the other gym players, when they would try to come in and do stuff like Jin's crouch dash 3 or, you know, crouch dash while standing 4 or something, he would just do delayed hop kick, and everybody was just like, wow, this is amazing. Like, people would just not understand why he's, you know, making these decisions and why he's doing these things that seem so crazy. But it's like he has a very deep understanding of the risk reward situations and exactly what is going on screen. He's not just looking at he's not just thinking about what's going on screen. He's also thinking about, you know, this is pretty fun. But he's also thinking about what the intention behind the opponent's the move is. You know, there's a lot of stuff that, you know, when a Feng player is using this, like QCF1, you have to understand, like, QCF1 can be used for a lot of things. You know, a lot of the time you'll see Feng players using it to make a comeback, and they'll be doing QCF1, they'll do it like 5 or 6 times or whatever. But then there's often periods of time where a Feng player will actually do QCF1 in an attempt to get you to stop them doing it. They'll come to the wall, and they will do QCF1. Let me just have to do this. So they'll do QCF1, and they'll use QCF1, and they'll just do back 1, and you get counter hit by the back 1, and you die. So it's like, then, like, the intention behind the QCF1 could be a whole bunch of different things, and understanding what your opponent is trying to do is just as important as understanding how to counter the exact moves they're doing it with. So, like, in this situation, if I'm playing against a Feng player and I know they're just trying to make a comeback with their QCF1, I know they're just trying to poke me out with QCF1, I'm probably just going to hop kick them because, you know, I understand that he's just doing the QCF1s to try and come back with a life deficit, so I'm going to turn around and I'm just going to counter hit him for doing a slow-ass move. Because I know he's going to either do this or this, you know. You see Feng players doing a whole bunch of this, a whole bunch of this, and this, and this, and this, and this, you know. This is the usual type of thing that they do when they're trying to set up counter hits. And they're trying to frustrate you, you know. So again, it's like, it's good to understand the many capable things that a move is able to do. Laving is not just about understanding how to counter things, because realistically, you can counter things quite easily in matches. You can look at everything and be like, well, okay. If you look at a move, most things are either fast and low rewarding. Like a jab is fast, but it's only 7 damage on hit. It's plus 8 on hit. It's fast. It's good on whiff. They track okay, and they have okay range. So like, I think I wrote a flowchart for some guys a while back, but it typically, if a move has a lot of range and has good tracking, like this move, it will be slow. This move is slow, but it does a lot of damage. It's good on counter hit. The only downside to this move is that it's slow. That is the only downside to this move. Whereas this move, the downside to it is that it's linear, right? It's headbutt. So if I set the Master Raven to do Gargle and then sidewalk right, I think it is. Is it left or is it right? Maybe it just tracks off the jab. Yeah, so it's left. So you can see this move is great. It seems great. It's fast, it's plus, it's mid, it's a headbutt, so it can't be parried. It's pretty good on counter hit, yeah, but it's pretty linear. Yeah. Whereas this, Well, actually, I'm grabbing. Yeah, but if I jab into this, it will whiff. But if I jab into this, it will have a tendency to hit. This move is a little bit funny. It's kind of inconsistent, but the point kind of stands. Like, you can kind of just go through a chart of moves. Like, this move, it's fast, it's mid, but it's good on block, but it's linear. You know, this move, wait, is it this move? Wow. No, no, no. God, I don't know the notation for like half of Feng's moves. To be honest, a general Feng problem is that he's linear, right? This move seems great too. It's mid-mid and safe, but again, Cyborg left beats so many things from Feng, as you'll see. But what is it that Feng can kill you, do to kill you from Cyborg left? This. And it's a safe launcher. Let's get away from the wall real quick. You know, it's a safe launcher. So are you sure? Are you sure you want to sidestep? Those headbutts are looking kind of nice, right? The blocking those headbutts is looking kind of. You know, that QCF1 is looking kind of nice versus this into stuff. You know, into the best Oki in the game with this. No, it's not actually the best Oki in the game. It's just kind of obnoxious. But yeah, like you really want to think about, is it really worth you applying that counter? Do you get the kind of damage that you would want from the situation? Hey, Feng things. I don't really know enough about this character, to be honest. But I should probably lab him some more at some point. I understand the gist of how to fight against him though, so I'm pretty good. Hey, Feng stuff. I hope that that really helps you guys. I'm going to see how well I can edit this. Maybe add a little bit of notation or some text or whatever. Maybe it'll be helpful. But yeah, hopefully this helped. So the main thing, really, like I said, to recap, is to focus on not just finding out how to counter a move, but finding out how to counter the move that covers that move's weakness. So again, headbutt seems great, you just sidewalk it, but you need to figure out how to beat this. And there are ways of beating this into this without, there's ways to beat both this into this and this into this without having to hard duck this even though it's a high, and without having to walk around this even though it's linear. So it's just like, you know, working out your risk and reward. You know, Feng's only real counter he's going to do after a jab is this. And, oh boy. Let me just set that. You know, realistically, if you you have to dash first. Okay, yeah. So realistically, if you interrupt jab into forward 1+2 or jab into headbutt, you're probably just going to get back one. They're not likely to do anything more than back one. I mean, realistically, you know, you could get sidestep hop kicked, but Feng players very rarely use this just because it's not. They'll tend to sidestep and then shoulder, just because hop kick is kind of inconsistent in terms of range, so Feng players just have a tendency not to use the move. So it's like, you really just want to think about what's going on as opposed to just how to beat options. You really have to understand their kit and their tools and the way they work together as opposed to just a move or a particular situation that you're having a struggle with. You know? Awesome. I hope that helped. That was like half an hour. I'm gonna definitely see if I can cut this down a little bit as best as I can. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna probably try and create a little bit more content and stuff like this for a while. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna be playing Tekken in the near future, but I'm definitely gonna be creating some content to try and help some players out, especially the newer players, especially some of the newer players who are looking to compete, as opposed to just the newer players who are looking to play online and, you know, get a rank and all of that fun stuff. Anyways, it's Cosmo. I'm out.